take us through the 2015 season, what you expect from your guys this year.
Well, I think that we have an experienced team coming back, so we obviously are going to expect a lot more out of our guys. Offensively, I think we have all of our starters coming back up front on offense. Our starting quarterback's back, our starting receivers back, our 2 slots are back. I mean, we return a good group on offense. On defense, we lose a few guys, but we retain our leaders, I guess, if you want to put it that way. Again, we think we have a chance to be really good up front on defense, which is, when you're good up front on offense and defense, you're going to give yourself a chance to win some games. And on the back end of it, we return a lot of experience at linebacker, and we'll be a little bit inexperienced in the secondary, so it'll be a matter of how fast those guys can come along and lead us. And in the kicking game, we'll have a freshman kicker, and we're hoping he can step in and maybe win a game or 2 for us.
Before you get too far, at quarterback, you said he was back. What's it been like getting to coach Tyler?
It's awesome. He's a good kid, and he's a good football player, and that makes it easier. It's one of those things where I was coached by my dad in high school, and I took a lot from that, and the fact that I'm able to coach my son and do some of the things we do. We leave football on the football field or in the meeting room, and we go home and talk about other things. But it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to this year.
The fact that you played for your dad, did that maybe make this a little more of a realistic possibility for you and Tyler?
It did, and the thing about Tyler was we had to recruit him like crazy out of high school. It wasn't one of those where he just came to our place. We had to recruit him, and I let someone else handle that. I would talk every now and then at home, maybe what he was thinking, just to try and get a feel for it. But, we went through the whole recruiting process with him. We went on visits to different places, and, in the end, we're extremely excited that he's playing for us.
You mentioned all the guys back, especially on offense, and wishbone, right?
Or flexbone.
Flexbone. Yeah. How much does the continuity really help with that?
Oh, it's huge. And, these kids that are going to be playing this year have run the same play so many times, it's second nature to them. I think sometimes they go to bed, reciting things that they've heard in the huddle 1,000 times, and it's really big with what we do, especially. And we don't run a lot of plays, but what we run the few plays that we do run, we run them a lot, and I think that our kids run them well. And so it is a huge advantage for us that these kids are going to be experienced at what we do.
Move to a new league this year. What does that mean for you guys?
I think it's fantastic. It's fantastic for us because of the quality of the league, but I think more than anything, it's fantastic for our university, all being able to play the same schools, develop some rivalries and some different things like that. And obviously Wayne, Penn, and Grandview are huge rivals, but I think it's key for us and our basketball programs and baseball and some of those other programs to be able to play the same schools over and over again and develop some rivalries with some other schools. And with us moving into the new conference, it's really going to allow us to do that.
When you look at your schedule this year, and obviously all league games with 11 of them, and see the quality of names on that schedule, what goes through your mind?
What did we get ourselves into? The Mid-States has been a very tough conference for us, but this conference was 6 out of the 12 teams all ranked in the top 25, and our first 3 games are Missouri Valley, Mid-American Nazarene, and Baker, and I don't know who did the scheduling, but that doesn't seem fair to me. But we're going to line up. We're going to play hard. Our kids are very blue collar. We're going to play a tough brand of football, and we're going to see what we can do.
If somebody hadn't watched you guys before, what would you tell them the identity of your football team is?
We're very blue collar. We're not going to. You're not. Our offensive linemen are 5'11" to 6'1", 260 to 280 pounds. We're not a lot like the other teams you're going to see. Defensively, we're probably a little undersized on all those places too. But we play a tough brand of football by running the option. We instill that toughness in our kids, and on defense, we play fast and we play aggressive, and we try and confuse offenses with what we're doing. And I think that with what we do, it's allowed us to recruit a little bit different player than some of the other schools that we're recruiting against, and it's allowed us to be successful with what we do.
You get to the end of the year and look back on this season, what would you consider a success?
Well, our goal is every year to win a conference championship, so I'd have to assume that if we look back and we haven't won a conference championship, it's not going to be quite as successful as we want it. Being new to the league, there's going to be bumps in the road somewhere, and our kids are going to have to handle the bumps, the ups and the downs, and how they handle that is is going to be a lot attributed to our leadership, and I think right now we have great leaders, and I think our kids are going to handle it great.
You come into this league, as mentioned, brand new, don't know anybody, but you had a TV deal in this league too. What does that mean for your program?
Oh, it's unbelievable. I was just talking to somebody out there, and it's one of those things that NAIA schools can only imagine. And the fact that it's happening to a league that we're coming into for the first time, and it's going to be great for our kids that we have now, for our university. The exposure that Niles has given us is unreal. And for us in recruiting, we recruit the Kansas City area, we recruit the Springfield, Missouri area, and so those areas, we're going to be able to tell kids, look, you come to our place, you're going to get the same opportunity as these other schools, and it's just off the charts how excited our kids are and how excited our university is.
Senior year for you. Last one, can you believe it?
I really can't. It's been a lot of fun. Playing a lot of football. It's kind of, I feel like I'm getting old, but then again, I'm like, oh, I'm not really ready to be done yet. So.
What do you expect from the offense this year? You guys have had plenty of success lately. What are the expectations?
I expect us to play really hard. We got a lot of guys on our team that love just getting down and dirty, and we love playing hard. We love, we cut people. We love doing that. We love running people over. We're more of a run people over than run around them kind of team. We've got a few guys that'll do that, but most of us are, run three and not around you.
Quarterbacks always have to be leaders, but now you're a senior quarterback. Does that mean a little more leadership this year?
I think it does, yeah. This spring I've kind of taken on more of a leadership role. I do enjoy it a lot more. I've kind of let that to, other seniors on the team that were, older than me, that I kind of let that on their shoulders, but now I've kind of taken it myself. I enjoy being a leader. It's something that, in high school I was, and even a little bit last year I was a little bit. So, I don't know, I just enjoy it a lot. I enjoy being the guy that, people look to in times of need. So.
Do you call him dad or coach?
Depends. If I want to get his attention, I call him coach. But if it's just, dad, then he'll usually respond. But if he doesn't, it's, hey, Coach Haf. So.
What's it been like? What's the 4 years been like for you? Has it been what you thought it would be or different?
It's been awesome. College football is kind of a different animal than most people expect. And playing for Dad, it's been awesome. He treats me like anyone else. He doesn't really, like he said earlier, he kind of leaves football to football. He leaves it in the office. He leaves it on the field. He doesn't bring it home. At home it's usually, like, how was class today? How was, school? What'd you learn today? One of those kind of things. But playing for Dad, it's been really fun.
How tough a decision was it for you coming out of high school?
It was actually a pretty tough decision. I had William Penn and another college I was looking at. It was actually where he went to school. It was Pittsburgh State. They recruited me a little bit, and I really wanted to go there, but then again, it was, Dad and the school that has kind of been in our family a little bit, and ultimately ended up coming here, and I don't regret it at all. I absolutely love it at William Penn and playing for Dad. So. And
your teammates are always cool with this, right? You never hear about it?
Oh, not at all. Sometimes people will be like, "Oh, his dad's the coach," but I kind of ignore that because I know that it's not that. And the more the people get to know me, the more they understand that he doesn't treat me special at all. I don't get any. I go talk to him more than anyone else probably just because he's my dad and I like talking to him in his office. But I don't get any special treatment by any means. I didn't get a starting position at all. I wasn't even a starting quarterback these last 3 years, so it's not like that's happened at all. I've kind of gotten that from a few unlucky injuries that our starting quarterback last year had, but it's people, once they get to know me, they understand that it's Dad and I, and it's not, I get no favors by any means. So.
What would make this year a success for you?
I honestly, it's kind of a cliche, but I want to win a national championship. It's something that I wanted to win a state championship in high school, never got to. Winning a national championship would be awesome to me. First we got to win, first game against Bow Valley, then we got to win the next game and ultimately, win a conference championship. That's something that's eluded us for the last 3 years. That was a special feeling that we got 3 years ago. And that was a shared one. That wasn't even an outright. So winning that would be really cool. And then winning a national championship would be something that, a dream come true.
Best part of being a William Penn football player is?
Oh, the teammates. It's, the locker room atmosphere. I love the dudes I'm around. It's like no other. I'm sure everyone will tell you that, but our locker room is something special. All of us, love each other. It's kind of special. Everyone has that, locker room feeling, but I absolutely love the guys I'm around. I love my coaches. Coach Stutz is one of my favorite coaches I've ever had. He's my offensive coordinator and my quarterback's coach. He's an awesome dude. He's pushed me since day one. He got appointed to that position 2 years ago, and it's been awesome. I absolutely love it. It was, 2 springs ago is when he officially got that title, and I mean, he's pushed me since day one. He expects perfection, and if you're not doing it, he will let you know, and it's awesome.
The senior year for you, what does that mean now that this is your last chance?
It flew by. It means everything. One last chance to put the pads on. So
Playing football, a lot of folks call it like a vehicle to life, but you know, this could be your last chance to really play football. You guys look around as a senior class and kind of go, hey guys, it's our last chance.
exactly. I think that's how a lot of the older guys are looking at it. You never know when it's going to be your last year or last play or injury, so you just got to take every moment like it's your last.
Tyler said offense has high expectations. Coach said you guys have a lot of guys back on defense too. What do you guys think the defense can accomplish this year?
Defensively, I think we can be really good. We have a lot of guys returning. We have a couple of positions that need to that will work themselves out, and have some new guys playing there. But overall, I think we'll be really good.
Do you see yourself as the main leader on the defense now, being a senior who's put up some big numbers in the past?
I do, yeah.
How do you handle that on a game-to-game basis?
Be a leader on and off the field, whether it's practice intensity, watching film, answering questions, everything like that.
You guys come into a new league this year. Does it feel like kind of a fresh start for you, even though it's your senior year?
Yeah, it does. It's a little bit bittersweet because we don't know any things about the teams we're playing, but it'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to the opportunity.
Your favorite part of being a William Penn football player is?
I would go with what Tyler said. The teammates are that's definitely my favorite part about the team. We're all brothers, we all love each other, and it's a really good bond.